Okay, so I teach a variety of ELA classes in the middle school, and something that's really important, especially going into literature, is our Catholic values. And that's because when we're analyzing literature, we're really analyzing character development. And for students to be open to that, they need to understand a principle that is absolutely core to our faith, in that all humans are innately good because we are children of God. And if that is the case, then when you're looking at a book, you're not saying this is the evil person and this is the good person, that you really need to identify them as a protagonist and an antagonist. Because regardless of who the protagonist is or who's getting in the way of that protagonist, we need to understand who they are, not labeled as evil, but through the choices that they make. So if they are choosing to do what we would consider an evil act, our goal as the reader is to understand what motivated them to make that choice. And how can we learn from their choices and the repercussions of their choices? Not to judge them, because if you go into the book judging the character, you're not going to be able to learn from the choices that are made in the book and the character development in the book. And then further beyond that, when my students then go back and now they're writing their own narratives in their writing class, it's really easy to say, oh, well, this is the good guy, and the good guy's got to win, and, well, the evil guy came along and he just poisoned him because he's evil. But if we go back to our Catholic values, we say, well, you know what? You created a character. If you're claiming that the character's choosing to do something that we would consider a poor choice, then you need to have a reason that that character made that choice. How is that character feeling? What is that character's background? So not only does that really core Catholic value help us analyze our literature, but it helps us create full and important characters in our own writing.
So an integral part of the Catholic identity, of course, is community, and understanding that we are not just individuals and how we interact with one another to seek peace and justice. And in first grade, as they're learning the core moral values, we're looking specifically at communities and social studies. So we have three main units throughout the year. The first one is our family and our church community, where we look at why God created them, what they do for us, and how we interact with one another. The second one that we have is our community around us, our everyday community. And our third one is the world around us, in which we really ask questions such as, how, as first grade, do we seek justice? How do we know what's right in the world? How do we respect those of different races, those that speak different languages? Again, all of our units really are based upon communities, understanding one another, and realizing the importance of working together.
The rigor and relevance is largely dependent on our Catholic beliefs and values. When teaching astronomy, our belief in God as creator brings greater importance to the universe and to our study of it. Students are not in awe of the science of it, they are in awe of the God who created it. In ecology, students learn how ecosystems work so that their knowledge can move from merely academic to spiritual as good stewards of nature.